In this video, we're ready to start programming the movement in our players. Before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the errors that you can have with your rooms. So I'm going to go ahead and play this game, pressing my play button or F5. You'll notice over on the right hand side of our screen here, I have the sprites are showing. I have all of our objects, player 1, player 2, wall, ball 1, and ball 2. And notice that for our rooms, though, that I have 3 different rooms here. Sometimes you might accidentally have an extra room that you haven't programmed on purpose. So this is what might happen. Okay, so if you end up with a black room and nothing showing, even though you know you added objects to your room, you probably have an extra room that hasn't been created or hasn't been changed at all. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to go ahead over to my rooms here, double click on these. Okay, there's room 0, and you'll see there that it is all black. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of room 0, right click, and I'm going to delete this room. Okay, I'm going to go to room 1 and check it. Okay, room 1 was a practice room. Okay, and I'm going to look at room 2. Room 2, that's the one that I want to use for my game. So I'm going to go back to room 1, right click, and delete it. Okay, so I'm left with room 2. Now whenever I play this, okay, I have my 2 players, and you'll see the built-in animation that we created earlier. Again, these are kind of rough. They could go back and change these later. Alright, so I'm going to close that, and we're going to get ready to add movement to our players. First thing I want to show you is the angles or the degrees that we're going to use for our movement. So we're going to use 2 keywords for this section. We're going to use speed equals, and we're going to set that to a number. The bigger the number, the faster our players will move. And we're going to set direction. The direction is based on this example here. So 0 would be a direction going to the right or to the east. 90 is to the north or up. 180 is to the left or west, and 270 is down or south. So back over to GameMaker. Okay, we're going to go ahead and program player 1. So I'm going to double click on player 1. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and we are going to add an event. The event that we're going to add is key down. Okay, so key down is a little bit different than key pressed. Key down will, as long as we have the key pressed down, we will have movement in our object. If we would do key press instead, you would have to keep pressing the key over and over again to get it to keep moving. So I'm going to go ahead and do key down. We're going to go ahead and use the W, A, S, and D key for our directions. So I'm going to go to letters, and I'm going to start with the W key, which is going to be our up key. Okay, so off to the right hand side here, you get another box that pops up that is for actions. Okay, we are over in our actions panel, and you'll see at the top that we are in our object player 1. And the event that we have chosen was key down, and we chose the W key. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to add a little bit of code. So we're going to set a speed for our player, and you'll see that as you start typing, you may get pop-ups down at the bottom here, and you'll see that speed is a built-in variable. And we're going to do equals, and we're going to make our speed 4. The next built-in variable we're going to use is direction. since W is up, we looked at our directions a minute ago, we're going to use 90. Okay, in this programming language, game maker language, you do not have to use semicolons at the end of each of these lines. Many programming languages, you will have to do that. Let's go ahead and test this out. So I'm going to go ahead and click play. Okay, now if I press my W, my player moves up. Now, unfortunately, he's going off the screen, and we don't have any of our other keys programmed yet, so we can't get him back. So we're going to go ahead and program the rest of those keys. Okay, so we're still in our player1 object. I'm going to go ahead and click Add Event again. Again, we're going to click on Key Down, Letters. I'm going to choose the letter A this time, which is going towards the left. Again, I'm going to do speed equals 4 and direction this time is going to be 180. Okay, add event. This time we're going to do S. So we're going to do key down, letter S. And I'm going to go ahead and do speed equals 4 and direction equals 270. Again, add another event, and we're on our D key. We're going to go to the right, key down, letter D, speed equals 4, and direction equals 0. Okay, you can go ahead and test this now, and you should be in good shape. Okay, so now I can go down, right, left, and up. So we have that working. Okay, in the next video we are going to go ahead and stop our character, or our player 1, whenever it runs into a wall.